Oh wow, I haven't seen a Tim Burton movie since Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I wonder if he's gotten any better since then. Oh dear God, what happened? No, I did not go hipster on you guys. I just finally replaced my glasses that have been broken since February. Hope you like the new look. Dark Shadows, the remake or reimagining of a 70s TV show that was a soap opera. Anyway, the ever so reliable Johnny Depp, who is thankfully not rehashing a Captain Jack Sparrow-like performance this time, plays Barnabas Collins, who was alive during the 1700s, but then he pissed off a witch played by Ava Green and her boobs, and then she just buried him alive after she turned him into a vampire. He comes back 200 years later, and the first thing he does is murder a bunch of people. This is the guy we're rooting for, by the way. Anyway, he decides that he wants to find his descendants, because like the Collins family is like a famous name, and he wants to just help them out, and he eventually finds them. You have the mother played wonderfully by Michelle Pfeiffer. And seriously, welcome back. I didn't know I missed you, but apparently I did. And she has two kids, one played by Chloe Moretz and the other played by Gulliver McGrath. There's also the dad played by Johnny Lee Miller and their psychiatrist played by Helena Bonham Carter, of course. There's also a young woman that gets hired, and she has a pretty interesting backstory, and I honestly think that she should have been the lead, but anyway, the actress is named Bella Heathcote, who in retrospect might have been a wee bit too young to pair with Johnny Depp. Now, the only two performances that I really liked in this movie were done by Johnny Depp and Michelle Pfeiffer. Everyone else, and I blame Tim Burton for that. Did someone not tell him that Chloe Moretz is only 15 because she plays this overly sexed up teenager that looks like she's like in mid-orgasm for like half her scenes? And it's like, no, I don't want to see Hit Girl like that. It's really messed up, and it would not have surprised me if there were cops waiting for all of us outside the theater, waiting to arrest us after watching her in this. Anyway, the movie as a whole is a mess. You have a number of plot points shuffling around. There's like the fish out of water concept of Johnny Depp. You have the young woman looking for a place to live and just a place to feel at home. Again, she should have been the main character. You have Ava Green going against Johnny Depp on two fronts. The business end and then the romantic end. She wants her, he doesn't feel the same way. And then the two kids have their own things going on that go without mention the whole movie up until the climax, and boy, do those reveals come out of nowhere and make no sense whatsoever. And I'm sure there's another thing that I'm forgetting. Visually, it looks good, of course, but if the studio actually cut the budget of this in half, maybe Tim Burton would have focused more on the story and worked on balancing the comedy with the dark tone, because to be honest, I actually did laugh a couple of times in this. Like, I'll admit it. There were a couple funny moments. But then it just does not mesh. I went into the theater thinking it would just be okay after seeing some of the reviews, but I kind of just started out indifferent. And then as the movie just went further and further along, that indifference turned into dislike. As the movie just got more and more ridiculous and silly and just more, what am I watching? Like, there's a scene between Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter in a doctor's office, and just what happens between those two was just one of those things where I'm just like, what? Oh, and Tim Burton, nice use of symbolism after that scene. That was subtle. And then when I think it can't get even more ridiculous, the climax happens. I'm not even gonna say anything about it. I can only recommend this as like a stoner movie to watch with friends, or maybe just get a group of people that like to just make fun of movies together. But if that's not you, in the end, I will say Dark Shadows is watchable, but there's honestly no reason to. And if you like this review and you want to see more, please subscribe, and shout out to my friend Tim for getting me into the theater he works at for free, because without him, I would not be doing this review, because I am kind of broke at the moment. So, thank you.